Yama 13 Central. 5 George K. 5 George K. 5 George K.
Live from WLMT, this is a CW30 breaking news alert.
News happening right now in Fraser. Memphis police have blocked off a section of Overton Crossing following an officer-involved shooting. Now, we sent news reporter Rebecca Butcher to the scene to learn more. So, Rebecca, what's happening out there right now?
Well, good evening, Rudy. I can tell you it's a very emotional scene out here. There's a very large police presence, and actually you can see them lined up right here behind me. According to MPD, they are just here for crowd control. We know from TBI, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, that this was an officer-involved shooting. As you can see, it's a very volatile situation. A lot of people angry. Right now, we do have word that at least 2 officers were actually hit in the face. Earlier, when we first got here to the area, we could see that a lot of people were actually trying to cause a ruckus and also actually hitting the windows, busting out the windows of the MPD cars. We've seen several objects flying. A lot of people here are watching in the area. A lot of people are upset. It seems particularly at the Memphis Police Department. Now, right now, we're waiting for an update from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. We're waiting for a public information officer to get here to the scene. As you can see, people are still upset right now. And right now, this is at Overton Crossing. So we're still waiting for that update for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. We'll, of course, update you as we do continue to get more information. For now, reporting live in Fraser, I'm Rebecca Butcher, Local 24 News.
All right, Rebecca, thank you so much for that. We'll have more as that story develops.
Breaking news alert.
All right, breaking news happening right now in Fraser. Memphis police have blocked off a section of Overton Crossing following an officer-involved shooting there. Let's check back in with Rebecca Butcher, who's live now at the scene. Rebecca, what can you tell us?
Well, good evening there, Rudy. We're the only crew here on this section of Overton Crossing here in the Fraser area. As you can see, it's a very tense situation. As you can see, we know that right now all of this is stemming from a shooting that happened earlier today.
All right, Rebecca is there at that officer-involved shooting right there. She's waiting for information from the TBI. As you can see, it's a very volatile situation.
All right, as you can see. All right, thanks, guys.
I just want to.
I got punched in the face. We're leaving.
Oh, you got punched? Yeah. Oh, okay.
This is a Local 24 breaking news alert.
If you're just joining us, we are following a US Marshal-involved shooting. It happened in Fraser tonight. We know that protesters were throwing rocks at officers who were there on the scene. Things became sort of violent. Officers got injured, hit in the face with bricks and rocks.
They were there for crowd control and only crowd control, and they've even tweeted out to be careful to label them as the ones who shot the victim in this case. They say it was strictly U.S. Marshals. Riot gear was brought in to protect themselves. That does not mean that there is a riot going on. It is a precautionary step, but there has been that kind of activity, such as the use of pepper spray, such as rocks and stones being thrown at officers and officers having to be treated, including a triage being set up.
Yeah, that's right. And speaking of, right now, Local 24 News reporter Caitlin McCarthy, she joins us live with an update on the breaking news story. She was actually set up in front of that triage. Caitlin, what can you tell us? Have you found out how many officers have been treated, and are they still being treated now?
Sure, Katina and Richard, so you can see behind me still, there's the triage set up for several officers who were injured. Rocks were thrown at their face, like you had mentioned, and so just a few moments ago, I saw first responders sending in, things to help the officers in the ambulances, first aid, and whatever they needed, water, bandages, whatever it was. So we're still here on the scene. It just rained a few minutes ago, so the crowds have been dispersing, but we haven't seen any more officers go into the ambulances for treatment. So we'll keep you up to date with if we see any more injured officers in this area.
Okay, so just to be clear, how many officers have you seen be treated? Or have you been told have actually been treated?
So we haven't got an exact number of how many officers have been treated, but we've heard several. And like we said, in the tweet, Memphis Police Department said several officers had been injured. So we haven't seen any officers come out of the ambulances or go in the past 45 minutes.
That would suggest things are calming down, like you're saying, and observing in terms of the crowd as well. And perhaps the rain is helping out with that situation.